Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of the NADI Project. Now if you'll remember, in the last episode we managed to get the power on to the radio tower, but it was telling us something about a note being required for the code. So I doubt this radio is going to work, but we are going to try that in this episode. In the last episode, we also went into the cave. We learned more about Anna's story, and so I'm sure as we progress through this episode, we'll learn more about her story as well. Hopefully I won't get as freaked out as I did in the last episode, but you know, hey, things happen. What can I say? Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can fire this radio up. Still not working. I need the communication codes. Okay, well that's kind of what I had thought. So let's head back over here. We did get a crowbar when we went into that Cerberus Electronics building over there, I think is how you pronounce that. And you know, we got a crowbar in there, so hopefully we can bust open this gate deal that they had in the lighthouse. So that's where we are going. Back across this rickety bridge. And around this corner here. We'll be coming up on the lighthouse here in a minute. Now, I don't know if we're just going to be looking for one piece of paper or if we're going to be looking for multiples. You know, a lot of times with games you kind of look up on Google how to do certain things, but this is one of those games that I did not want to do that with, primarily because I mean, that's the fun of the game, is trying to figure it out. And then, hey, you guys wouldn't be able to make fun of me for trying stupid crap if I didn't try stupid crap. Oh, that's pretty right there. There's our thumbnail for this episode, I imagine. Alright, so we are in the lighthouse. I am going to just do a quick recheck, make sure I didn't miss anything last time I was in here. I don't think I did, but, you know. This is where we got the rag from last time. I still wish you could open these. Sorry about that. Alright, so here's the gate. It says the gate won't open. Alright, well, let's bust out our trusty crowbar here and see if we can open it. Hey, 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 we did. And we unlocked an achievement. The lighthouse. So, let's go on in here. Now, in Anna's story, she was kind of telling us that they had went to this lighthouse and her father was in here with some guys in white coats and things, and they were arguing. So, no telling what we'll find in here. No dead bodies, at least. That's a good thing. So it wasn't too bad of an argument. Alright, so that's discover the story. I want to wait a second before we do that, because that makes me think it's going to be something pretty cool. Hey, code book. Can't do anything with these radios. Cool little map there. So we do have the code book. I'm assuming that we'll be able to fire the radio up after this and discover the story. I wonder if this is going to kind of tell us a little more about Anna. Oh, yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to read this to you guys. So this was written September 15th, 1989. It should never have happened. So I'm here in tears writing about the project and my daughter. This must be written by her dad. We had left with the most honorable intentions. We felt invincible, trusting in our study and our calculations. But as it often happens in such situations, something unpleasant was bound to happen. This time we had unintentionally awakened the souls of the dead. 2 years ago, a short time after my wife's accident, an old college friend and I went over old quantum physics theories. We soon realized that we had found a way to communicate with afterlife entities. It seemed to work. During the day we built antennas, prototypes, and at night, behind our radio, we asked questions. It took almost a month of hard work, but finally, someone answered. It spoke about our present, past, and future. We wanted to go deep in the study and bring our absurd adventure to a rational level, so we trusted the promises of Cerberus Electronics. They would have developed the antennas and funded the whole project if we moved to their island. They seemed to believe in us. But money distorts the minds and corrupts the hearts. They forced me to try a connection without having finished building the third tower. We all knew it wasn't wise, but I had no choice when I was presented with my letter of resignation ready to be signed. It was a tragedy. Within a few seconds, a powerful lightning storm hit the island. Far away we heard cold voices calling our names. Only in that moment was I really scared by the power of what we had found out. Anna, my daughter, was coming back home when all this happened. She was bringing me a big red ruby she had found in the cave when a stone tossed by the wind hit her on the forehead. I killed her trying to save us. They ruined my life. They destroyed my work. They killed my daughter. If it wasn't for their greed, there would have been no storm and Anna would still be alive. I miss her so much that I can't breathe. I'll leave tomorrow morning. I have no reason to stay here anymore. Sorry, Anna, your father. And then it's also in Italian. So that's pretty tough. So we unlocked the her story achievement there. So apparently that's what killed Anna, was a storm where rocks flew off and hit her in the head. Poor girl. And I can't imagine the tragedy that her father felt. I mean, just to lose a child, I can't imagine. I love all three of mine, my two girls and my son, and it's just not one of those things that a parent is ever really prepared for, you know, especially when it comes so sudden. That's why you got to take every day and use it to the fullest, man. You never know when it's going to be your last or one of your loved ones' last. So if there's somebody in your family you haven't touched base with in a while or talked to, then pick up that phone or go by, or invite them over for dinner or something. But don't just don't take for granted that they'll be there tomorrow, you know. Sorry about that. I know I got a little deep, but like I said, things bother me when it involves kids in movies or video games or things like that. Yeah, I can just imagine it's kind of tough. I put myself in their position. So I'm assuming we go back to the radio itself and try to use these codes that we got in the code book. That is what we are going to try. Ease on up here. Kind of have a sinking feeling we're coming to the end of this game, and I mean, I kind of hate it. I knew it would probably be a short series, but it's been a neat little game. I really liked the way they did it. Alright, the moment of truth. Are we going to get some help here and get off this radio? Oh, wait a minute. Now, they were using this radio to talk to dead people. I don't know if I want to talk to dead people. This is Anna telling me where there's like this super awesome boat I can hop on to get out of here. So let's use the radio and see what happens. Now I've got everything. I can call for help. Radio noise. Tugboat GEA here, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. We've just received an SOS signal coming from your position, over. Yes. My name is Jeremy Parker. I'm the only survivor of the plane crash. Rescue me. Please. He did say please. We've identified your coordinates, Jeremy. We'll be there soon. Over and out. Okay. Oh, Anna's talking. You know what my greatest fear has always been, Jeremy? The idea of flying. It's always scared me. But now, my point of view on the world is completely different from this limbo. I've seen my father cry every night, first for Mom and then for me. So, he doesn't know it yet, but thanks to you, now I'm free to go beyond. I warned you about the ruby. It's a very precious thing. I ask you one last favor, when you'll be back in the civilized world. Go find my father for me. Tell him I miss him, and I will wait for him here with Mom. Only when we are together again can we fly to a better place. So I guess this is the end. We unlocked an achievement that said the end with a question mark. So maybe they'll be having a part 2. Oh, look, there's Anna. She's standing outside her grave. Poor little girl. Hey, Anna. So I guess she's free. So I guess that is the end of the game, which means a rather short episode, unfortunately. Okay, Jeremy says, I can't really explain what happened after that day, but something in me had radically changed. I saw Anna in my dream the following 2 nights. She showed me other moments of her life. Her house, her family, her father. I found the little girl's dad in a small abandoned house in the suburbs of London on a cold December Monday. We sat down over tea and I started to tell him my story. I told him about the island and his daughter. He could hardly keep a grip on his emotions, but his eyes glowed. I seen a man destroyed by memories in front of me. At the end of the evening, I took leave. We shook hands and hugged. It was the most sincere hug I've ever got in my whole life. I learned a great lesson that day. But whom could I tell this story to without seeming crazy? None. Many people would just find it crazy. But nonetheless, it was the truth. The end. It's just when you think you know something that you have to look at by a different point of view. Even if it may seem silly or absurd, you must try. Dare to change. Find new ways. Thank you for playing. Mateo. So while the credits roll, guys, I want to tell you, I think this was a cool game. The art style was great. The storyline was addictive. I really wanted to find out more about Anna's story and what happened to her. And of course, there was that background of wanting to get off the island and having to do some things to work towards that. So all in all, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's a free game on Steam right now. I'm not sure if it's going to remain free or what, but be sure and check it out. You know, I know you've seen the game play out, but experience it for yourself. Experience the sounds in your headphones and that kind of thing. It's just it's an awesome game to try out. So be sure and do that. I want to thank you all for coming along with me on this journey as we played the NADI Project. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button for me down there. It really does help us out. It helps us show up on people's searches in YouTube as we're trying to grow the channel. And while I'm talking about growing the channel, I want to thank each and every one of you. You know, we're up to 49 subs, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things for some of these larger YouTubers. But I want you to know that I cherish all 49 of you. It's important to me that we build this community, and I'm doing this for fun. It's not about trying to get famous or anything like that, which I mean, that would be nice, so feel free to share our videos all over the place. But no, honestly, I want to thank you all for commenting and liking the videos and watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. Each and every one of you are important to me, and I take your comments and I look at each and every one of those. So thanks for coming along with me on this journey. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, and I'm super stoked that you were along for the ride with me. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.